Aloha and welcome. I'm Digital Micro. You're on the Digital Micro Trading Journal. Shout out to all the followers. I appreciate you. Much love. Thank you so much. And for those of you who have not yet subscribed, I invite you. We're going to cover price action order flow levels for Monday, 2/27/23. I've got 4 charts that are influencing my Monday trade plan and market thesis. Remember, day trading for an ROI payout. No trade recommendations because this is just my trade journal. Let's get to it. This 24-hour chart, here is the green Globex candle for Europe Globex. So, of course, the big thing here is this red cell pullback trend with a negative 12 delta. As far as the anchored VWAP, that is the 2023 year to date. So it's very interesting. It's in almost in the near middle. The red arrow of the middle of this wick corresponds with the bottom of January 31st. We've got only 14 handles of range right now on Monday Globex. And you can see here we had 40 handles of range last Friday. So it's totally doable to go into this box, which is a fair value gap on the yellow, or down here. 40 handles of range is completely doable. The cyan color line, that's just the open overnight pivot with a mix of the close from last Friday. So again, that T+2 close for February is well below the January T+2 close. Let's go to another time frame. 60-minute chart, we've got 2 fair value gaps that are right here, and here's the pivot or equilibrium. It's 93. Let's just call it, round it, and then there's the new week open gap, and then what I pointed out on the 24, that's the 1883.2. So again, 14 handles, still the range, and the delta here is a high at 214. I do think that we are going to pull back into this fair value gap right here. And again, that comes in at 98.4 at the high, and the mid of this is 96.7. At the very minimum here, if you can see this little swing high candle, I think this is where we're going to at least come back to. So that's 1896.5. And again, new week opening gap, again, overnight pivot, and how we closed last Friday. So that's it. That covers the 60-minute. Next chart. Okay, this is one of my core day trading charts, the 15-minute. And again, it's used to identify the swing lows at certain time zones. So Asia, swing high, low. And here we are in Europe, and we had a very low resistant liquidity run up to this high. And you can see here 1902.6, and this big candle, the screen left in its wake a big fair value gap, this yellow square, and below it a volume imbalance, fair value gap, and here we are with a new week open gap with the overnight pivot and the T+2 close from last Friday. Where could we mean revert? I'm looking again at the high of the Asia, and that swing high basically probably has some stops there. So call it 96.5, 97.5. This is the zone I'll be looking for. I want to see how we do on the first 30 minutes before making any moves on the RTH. Next chart. We've got the Renko. So upper Keltner ramp. Here's Europe, this black line. Asia pivots down into the new week open gap, and then we drive straight up to the blue Keltner. So that's the upper Keltner standard deviation. And we're just ramp camping right here. So this has been the last few hours. And the red middle is coming in at 93.6. So that's right near the pivot at 93. And then here we are again, new week open gap. So if we get to touch that new week open gap again, that'll be a big deal. Lower Keltner comes in at 1885. So that's where the lower Keltner, the angle of these Keltners is slanting up. And if we are going to see the DXY dollar continue to trend down, I think it's going to be tough to get this blue Keltner, but if suddenly we see a ramp up in the dollar, it's going to be quite easy to cut through this red line like a hot knife through butter. We've spent so long on the upper Keltner so far in Globex. That's all I've got. Trade them well, use risk management, and if it's okay to absolutely not do any trading, as always, don't force it. Have patience, wait for the setup to come to you. And I will have another video out on Tuesday Globex. Aloha, take care.